We have another BET special for y'all. It even has a former Destiny's Child member, LaToya Luckett. Someone breaks into the mansion of the retired baseball player, Marcus, and his wife, Milia, and disconnects their security system. Days later, while Milia is at work, Marcus is at a lounge with his college friend Luke and Luke's girlfriend Amber. A lady named Jessica sits 2 chairs away from Marcus, who texts Milia, asking when she'll be home. Marcus vents to Luke about his wife always complaining about something. Surprisingly, Luke tells Marcus to man up and fix the things Milia had asked for. Leela, the bartender, subtly flirts with Marcus and asks him out for some drinks. He smiles but doesn't give her a verbal answer. Luke notices that Jessica seems interested in Marcus, and he eggs Marcus on to cheat. As Luke and Amber are leaving, Marcus receives a text from Milia, who apologizes because she's caught up with work. Jessica flirts with Marcus, who then brings her back to his house, where they do trifling activities. The next morning, Marcus wakes up in his and Milia's bed with Jessica asleep beside him. When he goes to the bathroom, Jessica awakens, looks around the room, and stares at the photo of Marcus and Milia. Jessica makes herself at home, helping herself to some food, but Marcus urges her to leave, saying he has a busy schedule and it's time for him to get back to being married. She offers to cook him dinner, but he gives her money for her Uber. She asks for a kiss goodbye, so he gives her a kiss on the head and thanks her for her roast beef sandwich as he leaves her in the kitchen. When he hops into the shower, Jessica roams around the house and finds her Uber money beside Marcus and Milia's framed photo, which she stares at. Milia arrives home earlier than Marcus expected. As she rants about work, Marcus slowly walks toward the bedroom door and looks out, trying to see if Jessica is still around. When Milia asks who he's looking for, he says he thought he heard someone queef. Upon hearing the doorbell, Marcus heads down to see who's at the door. He sees their framed photo facing down, so he puts it back up. He opens the door and finds Milia's college ex-boyfriend, Andre, a detective, standing there. Shortly after, Milia joins them. Andre informs the couple that he's investigating a series of robberies in the neighborhood in which he thinks there is more than one person involved, and he asks them if they're having any trouble or if they've heard anything. When he shows them Jessica's photo, saying they think she's somehow involved, Marcus lies, saying he hasn't seen her. He then asks them to give him a call if they see anything. In private, Andre informs Marcus that while reviewing a lounge's CCTV footage, he saw him and Jessica fondling each other's anus and leaving together. He urges him to tell him whatever he knows, but Marcus maintains that he knows nothing. Marcus says that after having a few drinks, he walked the drunk Jessica outside of the bar and got her an Uber ride. But we all know that's not the only ride he gave her. Marcus brings up his past relationship with Milia, saying he knows that Andre was hurt when she ended it, and tells him not to appear at their doorstep and start an issue. Andre quietly leaves, and Marcus lies to Milia about what they talked about. Milia brings Marcus to network with investors at a charity event. When she asks about the security system, now with more urgency since they've been robbed once, plus Andre's inquiry, he informs her that he's been told that there have been some outages because of the storms in the area. Since it's been a week and they're paying a lot for it, she urges him to be more assertive, and he assures her that he'll call again tomorrow. Andre returns to the lounge and interviews Leela and the lounge singer Marissa. When he shows them Jessica's photo and asks if they've seen her, Marissa says she hasn't, but Leela says Jessica was there a few nights ago, prompting a not-so-subtle shock in Marissa's face. Leela says Jessica was with a guy who is slick and around 40 years old, who together with his friend is a regular there and is always flirting with girls. She adds that they were kissing as they were leaving, and she heard him say that they were going to go back to his place. When Marissa asks why he's asking about Jessica, Andre tells her that she is missing. Before he leaves, he gives them his card so they can call him if they see her. At home after the charity event, Marcus rants about men at the event, asking him what he does for a living. He then brings up that she was talking to different men the entire evening, prompting Milia to remind him that she was networking and her job is keeping them afloat. Milia tells him that she understands that he's struggling to recover after his injury and failed business ventures, and calmly asks him not to keep gambling their money away. She adds that she's working so hard for both of them, but he takes this as an insult. Your wife is carrying the relationship and you're out sleeping with other women? Trifling and dusty. He tells her that he thinks that she likes taking him out of his element and putting him in hers because she likes feeling superior and feeling like she made him. She assures him that she doesn't have interest in other men and that her only interest is having the best life with him. While Marcus and Milia are sleeping, Jessica creeps into the bedroom, blows on Marcus's neck, and leaves. He wakes up but brushes the uneasy feeling off as just having a bad dream. The next day, Marcus jokes about Milia buying things that only end up sitting in the storage room, prompting her to say that she's scared to go in there, so she never will. After they leave for work, Jessica, who has heard their conversation, goes around their house to grab clothes, pillows, blankets, food, and licks a photo of Marcus before camping in their storage room. As it turns out, she never left the house after her one-night stand with Marcus, and now she has found a place to hide. I never knew squatters were so fine. Marcus meets up with Luke at the bar, and he informs him about Andre visiting their house and grilling him about Jessica. He suspects that he was there not for the robberies, but to cause a rift between them so he can slide inside Milia and take her back. Luke advises him to ignore Andre. Meanwhile, Andre visits Milia, who has returned to their house. He tells her that he has a bad feeling that Marcus is not being honest with her, but she thinks he just hasn't moved on yet. He admits messing up and getting jealous when her then-friend Marcus came into the picture. He begs her to believe him that Marcus is playing her because he doesn't want her to get hurt. She asks him to leave, both of them unaware that Jessica is watching them. In the storage room, Jessica receives a message from someone who is checking on her because she's been missing since she left with Marcus. The texter also informs her that Marcus is at the lounge, looking stressed. Later, while Marcus and Milia are enjoying a date night at home, Jessica creeps near them. Milia sees their framed photo broken and gets alarmed, and Marcus brushes it off as probably just an accident when their housekeeper was cleaning and tells her that he'll buy a new frame the next day. While they're pegging each other, Jessica steals Milia's phone. The next day, Milia frantically looks for her phone all over the house because her whole world is in there. When Marcus calls her phone, helping her find it, Jessica ignores the call. Marcus wants to check the storage room, but Milia tells him that she never goes in there. Left with no choice, Milia flies to Boston for work without her phone. Jessica goes through Milia's phone and sends Milia's friend Jazz an angry text accusing her of sleeping with Marcus. She then goes around the house, leaving hair and lipstick marks for Milia to see. The next day, Milia returns home and sees everything Jessica did. Angry, she goes around the house to see if anyone is there, even briefly checking the storage room. She calls Marcus to confront him, then calls Jazz for support. Jazz arrives and gets angry when Milia says even her loofah was used by this girl. Not the loofah? Nasty! Jazz shows Milia the text she received from her and suspects that whoever has her phone is the one who sent it. She theorizes that the girl Marcus has slept with might still be in the house and suggests that they look for her. Hearing everything, Jessica hides. Jazz checks the storage room, but she leaves after getting freaked out by a mannequin. Later that night, Jessica fails to kill Milia and eats her food instead. That's diabolical. She then covers Marcus, who has fallen asleep on the couch, with a blanket. The next day, Milia confronts Marcus again, but he denies having girls over. While Milia listens to Beyoncé, Jessica creeps closer to kill her, but Milia turns around and is really blind for some reason. Later, Marcus apologizes with a beautiful necklace Marcus bought, probably with her money. After their date, the two reconcile on the bed, while Jessica is disappointed. The next day, while Marcus and Milia are away, the housekeeper finds Jessica in the closet and runs for her life. Jessica pushes her down the stairs, killing her. It's giving Tubi death. During the investigation, Milia tells Andre that she thinks something is wrong because creepy things have been happening in the house. She asks if they found the robber, but he tells her that they haven't yet. Milia and Marcus also can't tell if they are missing anything. Feeling unsafe, Milia decides to sell the house. Marcus says she can't just sell the house. However, Milia reiterates that it's her name on the deed. He gets offended. Milia claps back, saying she has built the house with her money while he spent his money on gambling. Milia packs up to leave. Marcus texts one of his girls, April, and picks her up, too focused on getting laid and not getting paid. Jessica then receives a text about it, which angers her. When April sees a photo of a woman, Marcus says it's his sister. Then she learns that he's married and leaves. Milia catches April leaving the house and confronts her, assuming that she's the mistress who left the hair and lipstick marks, but April maintains that she was unaware that he is married and leaves. Meanwhile, Jessica, who has seen April arrive with Marcus, calls someone and gives the mansion's address, asking to be picked up because she's in a serious situation. She then stabs Marcus to death. Milia finds Marcus's corpse, and as she calls 911, Jessica appears and chases her. Milia hides in the storage room and discovers that Jessica has been living there and that she's obsessed with Marcus. Thankfully, Andre arrives, saying he got a call from 911 and pursues Jessica. Alone, Jessica tells Andre that she only did what he asked. As it turns out, it was Jessica who broke into the home and cut off the security system at Andre's orders. Andre also paid security not to reconnect it. He used Jessica to ruin the marriage so he could get Milia back. Andre reprimands Jessica because her moving in and the deaths are not part of their plan. She says that she needed to kill Marcus because he was going to tell Milia about her. She accuses him of betraying her and demands that he drop all her charges and pay her to keep his end of the deal. Refusing to deal with her, he fatally shoots her. 8 months later, Andre and Milia, who are back together, are having a date at a restaurant. When Milia leaves the table, someone anonymously gives Andre a phone that contains a video of him killing Jessica. He then receives a text demanding that they meet at the spot where he killed Jessica and that he bring $200,000 cash and the police files. Andre complies and learns that Marissa had teamed up with Jessica in the robbery and in targeting Marcus. When he gives her the money and the police files, Milia fatally shoots him from behind. As it turns out, Milia got back with him for 6 months to get her revenge. She hates that she had to sleep with him for that long. Whoa, at least BET came up with a plausible twist and one that wasn't too obvious. What did y'all think of this one? And should we cover more BET movies?
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe now and turn on the notification because YouTube isn't recommending my videos. And if you'd like to watch more foolishness, click here or here.